strangled, not hanged. Doctor calls for fresh probe into Epstein death.
Musk fires up SpaceX, Bezos pushes Blue Origin as US billionaires race China to moon. Modi inaugurates emergency landing facility on Assam highway near China border. Peru Congress to debate motion to remove President Jerry amid scandal.
Albanian actor sues government for using her image as AI minister. A pathologist who observed the autopsy of American financier Jeffrey Epstein has called for a fresh investigation into his death, saying the injuries were more consistent with strangulation than suicide. Dr. Michael Baden, who attended the post-mortem examination as an observer for Epstein's family, said the findings from 2019 were inconclusive and did not firmly establish suicide by hanging. Speaking to The Telegraph, Baden said the death was most likely caused by strangulation pressure rather than hanging, and argued that new information now warrants further investigation. Epstein died in a New York jail in August 2019, while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. The New York Medical Examiner's Office later ruled his death a suicide by hanging. However, Baden said a redacted version of the autopsy report released in December 2025 listed the manner of death as pending, with no box checked for either suicide or homicide. He said the death certificate was initially issued without a final determination and was later changed to suicide by Dr. Barbara Sampson, who was not present during the autopsy. Sampson has rejected Baden's claims and said she stands by her conclusion. Baden also pointed to fractures in Epstein's neck, saying he had never seen a suicide hanging with 3 such fractures in his decades of experience. He added that even one fracture would normally prompt a homicide investigation.
The space race between US billionaires is intensifying, as Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos push rival plans to return humans to the moon, ahead of a planned Chinese mission in 2030. Musk's company SpaceX is now focusing on building a lunar base known as Moonbase Alpha. Musk has said the project could support a massive satellite-based computing network and strengthen SpaceX's long-term ambitions. The shift marks a change in priorities for Musk, who has long promoted the goal of colonizing Mars. Until recently, he had described the moon as a distraction. SpaceX is also preparing for a potential initial public offering later this year, which could value the company at more than $1 trillion. Meanwhile, Bezos' space firm Blue Origin is accelerating its own moon program. The company has scaled back its suborbital space tourism business to concentrate on developing its Blue Moon lunar lander, with an uncrewed mission planned for later this year. The renewed push by both companies comes as the United States looks to return astronauts to the moon before China, which is targeting a crewed lunar landing by 2030. Industry executives say the growing competition is likely to boost investment and government spending across the US space sector, benefiting a wide range of companies involved in lunar exploration.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday inaugurated an emergency landing facility on a national highway in Assam, close to the border with China, in a move aimed at strengthening defense preparedness and disaster response in India's northeast. The facility was inaugurated after Modi landed at the site aboard a C-130J transport aircraft of the Indian Air Force, touching down on a 4.2-kilometer stretch of highway in Dibrugarh district. Officials said this is the first emergency landing facility in northeast India. Built at a cost of about 100 crore rupees, the highway-based strip can be used by both military and civilian aircraft during emergencies. Located less than 300 kilometers from the China border, the facility is designed to support fighter jets and transport aircraft, improving the Air Force's operational flexibility along a sensitive frontier. Authorities said the landing strip can handle fighter aircraft weighing up to 40 tons and transport aircraft with a maximum takeoff weight of 74 tons. It can be used for rapid troop movement, logistics and rescue and relief operations during natural disasters. Unlike permanent air bases, highway landing facilities provide greater resilience and operational surprise in conflict scenarios, officials added. Peru's Congress will debate a motion on Tuesday to remove President José Yerry amid a growing political scandal, congressional leader Fernando Rospigliosi said on Friday. The motion follows media reports alleging that Jerry held undisclosed meetings with a Chinese businessman, raising concerns over transparency and possible misconduct. The president has not yet publicly responded to the allegations. Jerry, a former Speaker of Congress, took office in October after lawmakers convened an emergency session to remove his predecessor, deepening Peru's ongoing political instability. If the motion advances, lawmakers will decide whether Jerry should be removed from office, potentially triggering another leadership change in the South American country. An Albanian actor has filed a lawsuit against the government, accusing it of using her face and voice without consent to create the country's first AI minister. The virtual cabinet member, named Diela, was unveiled last September when Prime Minister Edi Rama began his fourth term in office. The AI avatar was introduced to oversee the awarding of government contracts, a move Rama said would help fight corruption. The avatar uses the likeness and voice of Anila Bisha, a film and theatre actor. Bisha says she never agreed to have her image used as a virtual member of the government. She told Reuters that while she had previously allowed her likeness to be used for an AI assistant on a government website to help citizens obtain documents, she did not consent to becoming a virtual political figure. Bishar says the use of her image has led to online harassment and unwanted attention in public, with people now referring to her as Diela. The government has rejected the claim, calling the lawsuit baseless, but said it welcomes a court ruling on the matter. The case comes as Albania's government faces increased scrutiny following corruption allegations involving senior officials. A court is expected to rule on Monday on whether the government must stop using Bisha's image. Her lawyer said she is seeking €1 million in damages.